It's a face-off of two giants in the tech world, the two A's, Amazon versus Apple. So joining us now to share her insights on these mega stocks, her name is CATHIE Wood. She's the Chief Investment Officer of ARK Invest. And CATHIE, I mean, it's been a huge year for technology. After all is said and done, though, Amazon shares turned in a massive outperformance over Apple in 2015. You hold and love both of these stocks. So if somebody really pressed you, which of these is the better investment of the two and why?
Well, at this moment, it seems as though Apple might be, because the expectation levels are so low and the thinking there is just so short term. I think Amazon was up about 120% in 2015, but it had been down roughly 14%, if I'm not mistaken, 15% in 2014. On the other hand, Apple in 2014 was up 45% and slipped 5% this year. So what happened? Amazon in 2015 basically broke out Amazon Web Services. We understand how powerful a franchise that is and how profitable it's going to be and how much it will add to Amazon's valuation. So I think a lot of that is in the market. Amazon's going to become a much bigger company, but we think Apple's going to become a much bigger company as well. And it has been depressed recently by channel checks about how iPhone sales will do in the first quarter and the second quarter. And there's such a long time before the October release of the Model 7. So there's a vacuum people feel. But what we think they're missing is that Apple is moving to a subscription model. So we're going to see people upgrading every year instead of every 2 years. And our early checks on this $32 per month offering is that roughly 37% are going to subscribe in this way. That's a big difference in terms of the valuation for this stock.
Oh, okay. So as an investor, CATHIE, in both of these companies, are there any glaring signals that are leading you to your current point of view? I mean, you outlined a few of them for us there, but when you talk about Amazon, obviously it's a huge outperformer, so maybe it throttles back a little bit. Apple's been an underperformer, so is it just the contrarian angle, or do you really feel as though Apple is poised with their subscription-based model that they're evolving to, or new product launches down the line? Is Apple really looking at those catalysts as being those propellants of its stock?
Yes, I think as time goes on and people understand the subscription model, they'll start thinking about Apple not quite in the way they'd think of a Netflix, which is selling at 5 to 6 times revenues versus 2.5 times for Apple. But maybe we'll get halfway there. So that could be a big move just in revaluation based on the subscription model.
Now, it's interesting, too, because we're talking about two companies run by two very high-profile chief executives. One of them is a founder, one of them is not. It's Tim Cook at Apple versus Jeff Bezos over at Amazon. Who's running a better ship, and who's doing better for shareholders, and why?
Well, I think they've both run great ships. I think that Amazon's willingness to invest aggressively at the expense of earnings for many years has set Amazon up for years of leverage ahead, and we're beginning to see that. I think that Apple is going to have to invest more. I know a lot of people think about them in terms of dividends and buybacks and so forth, but in order to keep up in this very fast-paced world, you know, they're moving into autonomous vehicles, for example, they're going to have to invest. And we think they will, and that the market, using Amazon as its guide, will reward it for investing.
All right, CATHIE, so you own both of these.
Yes.
What's your target price? What are you anticipating in terms of the stock moves for both Apple and Amazon?
Well, we think that Apple will outperform the market. You know, the market's a little squishy, but we think it will outperform the market fairly significantly this year. And we think Amazon will be in line to ahead of the market. So that's how we're looking at both stocks.
All right. Well, CATHIE, thank you so much for your views on both Apple and Amazon, and thanks for joining us. And for you guys in the audience here, thanks for watching. I'm Dominic Chu. Have a great day.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Downey from CNBC. Thanks so much for checking out our channel. Here you'll find videos packed with all the info that you need to be smarter about your finances. Be sure and subscribe by clicking right here, and click on all the videos around me to see CNBC's original series Young Money, Tech Bet, Kramer's Mad Money, and all the latest from CNBC.